Welcome to Live with Aaron and Kelly. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez, and we have with us Adam Carolla here at the American Film Market. Adam, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for thank you for having me.
I know we ambush them right after they come out, and we hold and we do not move. That's the way we do it.
That's right. And if you don't do the show, it's considered a hate crime. So
exactly. Yeah, we'll do the social media campaign. Adam Carolla did not sit on Live with Aaron and Kelly.
Right. No, I'm a huge fan of the show. It is a show, right?
It is.
I'm a huge fan of the show, and it's an honor to be asked to be on it.
Thank you, Adam. Now, Adam, you said some very important things in there about crowdfunding, and everybody seems to ask the question. And the reality is, what people don't understand is there's so much work in that. It's like a job of itself. But you actually turned to a company to help you do that. Can you talk about that?
Yes. I turned to Fund Anything, and they help facilitate it. And look, it's like anything in life. You can own an apartment building and you can go mow the lawn and paint the place and manage it yourself, or you could pay somebody a small percentage and they would manage your property. Big picture, when you're a busy person, whether it's owning commercial real estate or trying to raise money, yes, you have to pay somebody, but I have an agent. He gets paid as well, but hopefully he makes me more money than I pay him. Right. So, look, if you want to wash your own car, save $8, but probably better use of your time to let someone else wash your own car because you're probably worth more than $8 an hour. And I don't mean you specifically, but I mean one.
No, I'm worth $9.
That's what I'm saying.
But you know what, Adam, what people don't understand as well is that you can have a great project. Hopefully it'll hit home, but it's helpful when you have the numbers. Now, you mentioned you did this on your podcast, which for those that aren't already on the Adam Carolla Show podcast, you've got a huge following as well. What we're seeing is YouTubers that have 500,000 plus a million are taking that audience and saying, look, audience, if you want this, here, you can have it. What do you think was the response from those that listen to your show?
Well, we had over 13,000 people respond in terms of donations, and sorry, they shouldn't be called donations because they get a signed script or they get a screening in their town or they get a Blu-ray copy of the film before it comes out, blah blah blah. But we had 13,000 people plus participate, so I think it was a pretty good outpouring of sympathy for me as a filmmaker.
Well, I love how you said a couple things about the film. And by the way, for those that don't know, the name of the film is Road Hard.
You had this amazing career in TV. Now you're going back to your roots.
Yeah, well, I started off as a stand-up, and I wanted to get back on the road with the fans. All we really are is just an accumulation of every shitty thing that's ever happened to us before today. I don't remember when I got my television show picked up. I remember when it was canceled. I just remember the bad shit. I gotta get off the road. It's killing me.
Michael's pilot is getting shot.
Why didn't you tell me?
Well, I was going to tell you, but I know how depressed you are when you come off the road.
You didn't think I'd be happy for you?
Are you?
Yes. No.
Hey, there he is, my man. You come to work on the Jack Taylor Show.
Co-host?
Audience warm-up guy.
You want me to be your fluffer, Jack? I'd rather kill myself. Who wants Jelly Belly?
How did you become a stand-up?
Same way every comedian gets into stand-up. Or fuck-ups in high school, and at some point you wake up and you realize, I have one skill, it's making people laugh.
And now that you've lost that?
Baby doll, Howie is dying to work with you.
Howie, I'm just not in the headspace to do this.
You don't have to dance for these clowns, but you're gonna have to dance for me, bitch.
If you're miserable on the road, why do you keep going out there?
I think it's just all I know.
I want to suck your dick.
Me too.
What?
Nancy and I are gonna head up to my room. What do we got going here? Oh, hearing impaired. This guy's not cracked a smile the whole night. Why isn't he laughing?
I can't make you funny.
Want some help in there?
And you talked a couple of things. I have to say this, though. Thursday, I met your co-star, Vanessa Branch. And Vanessa, just in passing, she was at an event for lupus, and we were talking, and she said, Adam Carolla is a great guy. That's what people don't know about him. He's a great human being. Because, you exhibit this, I don't care, all this stuff, but she said you're a great human being. So when you hear that type of stuff off camera, what does that make you think?
I had her in her bra and panties, I think, in a bathroom drunk in the movie.
So that's probably why she said you're a great guy then.
I'm glad that she thinks of me that way. I gave her, you don't have to do anything you're not comfortable with speech a couple of times. She was great, by the way, in the movie. And, there's a part in life where we don't have time to suss out everybody, so we give them a sort of cartoon character assessment and we move on. This guy's this guy, that guy's that guy, she's her. And the reality is people are probably a little more complex than what you see driving past them at 60 miles an hour, but we kind of treat everyone like they're a pro wrestler and we just give them a persona and then we move on. The thing that's funny is I am a good guy. I'm a good father. I'm a good husband. I'm a good neighbor. I'm a good guy. But it's always funny when people go, Adam, everyone thinks you're a douchebag, but it turns out you're not that bad. I go, oh, thanks.
Which is good.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. So, look, the way this town works is you work with people. They either want to work with you again or they don't. And I'm happy to say that the lion's share of the people I work with again, and I have these long relationships. These whether they're in front of the camera or behind the camera. When I did this movie Road Hard, I called Diane Farr, who her from Rescue Me, but I knew her from co-hosting Loveline on MTV 15 years ago. I called David Alan Grier. I called Phil Rosenthal. I called Vanessa Branch. I just called everybody I knew, and they went, "Oh yeah, let's do it."
Picked up the phone. You didn't have to go through. You end up going through the manager or the agent at some point.
Everybody wanted to do it. David Koechner wanted to do it, and all these people wanted to do it, and that's a sign that I'm not that big a douchebag.
No, I love that. And then at what point did you say to them, we're going to crowdfund some of the movie? Because sometimes they go, well, okay, great. Is it funded yet? And you go, well, did you already have the money at that point, or?
I think I already had the money at that point.
So it was ready to go. Now, you talk about how this film is loosely based on your relationship with Kimmel and how because you do lines, you enjoy lines where it sounds like what you would say. And you mentioned about a subject matter that he talks about to you. First of all, I have to ask, has he seen the movie? I understand you're going to see Jimmy pretty soon.
Yeah, no, he has not seen it yet.
Okay, so what do you think he would say?
I think he's going to like the movie. He's not that douchey in it, but he's pretty realistic in it, and he certainly said worse to me in person.
So he'll laugh.
He should laugh, yes.
Yeah. And if he doesn't?
TS, as we say in the business.
Now, you do so many different things, and I realize people only see they think of the Man Show, and they think of other elements, the podcast. What I've realized, because we've kind of been trailing in your footsteps, we were at the podcast studio where you did your podcast originally in Burbank, and they told us how you helped raise the funds even with that, tying in Amazon, building that as a podcast, because it's not like you were able to pay for it. You helped it pay for itself. Again, audience paying for it. What do you think is the next step for you? Do you think you'll ever do YouTube? Do you think you'll ever take your audience somewhere else?
I really don't think down the road. I'm finishing one movie. I'm finishing another movie, a documentary. There's a few more documentaries I'd like to make that I'm now starting to do pre-production on. And other than that, I'm wide open.
I love that you said wide open, because you've been wide open on everything that you've done. When people tell you, no, you can't do it, you've done this and that doesn't work, or this doesn't work, it seems like you've taught everybody that you can. What do you tell yourself when you hear, no, I can't, or people say, I don't think that's going to work?
I think I'm pretty realistic with myself, both negative and positively. If there's something I know I can do, I'll do it. If there's something I know I can't do, like my taxes, I don't do it, you know? So I like to think of myself as realistic, and thus I have a pretty high batting average when I decide to do a film or what have you, write a book. I know, okay, I can do this. I never know whether it's going to guarantee success or going to be consumed by the mass audience. I just know it'll be a good product.